on, business owners, all my hardworking people, self-employed people, all my beautiful faces. Super excited to be bringing you guys some more information today. My name is Ash, the entrepreneur, and I wanted to talk about the Disaster Loan Assistance Program through the SBA. Now, this is something similar to the EIDL COVID-19 EIDL loan assistance, except this is for non-COVID disasters. All right, so the SBA offers disaster assistance in the form of low interest loans to businesses, nonprofit organizations, homeowners, and renters located in regions affected by a declared disaster. SBA also provides eligible small businesses and nonprofit organizations with working capital to help overcome the economic injury of a declared disaster. So we're going to go through this really quick. That way we can I can educate you on the ins and outs of this to see whether you would qualify. All right, so the 3 steps for the disaster assistance program. First, you would need to check and see if you are in a disaster declared region. All right, so if you click number 1, it's going to bring up the option to check if you're in the declared disaster area. So state, we're gonna just go with Georgia. Okay, now you're gonna enter your county. I'm just gonna use Cobb County as a example, all right, because one of my babies live there. So in Cobb County, if you go down, it says that in Georgia, all right, they had a severe flood damage in Hurricane Ida. That the incident period was from August 30th to 2021 through September 1st, 2021. Also, they had severe flooding, which was September 7th, 2021 through September 8th, 2021. Now, if you go down here, the Secretary of Agriculture declared disaster. This is Georgia. They also are experiencing a drought. Okay, so if you want to know what a drought is a slow onset disaster characterized by lack of precipitation resulting in a water shortage. Drought can have a serious impact on health, agriculture, economies, energy, and the environment. All right, so that's kind of like what that is. All right, so if you see the incident period, it started in October 1st of 2019 and it's still continuing. So if you live in this declared disaster area, then you actually could apply, right? So once you check this, if there's a declared disaster in your area, then you can actually proceed to step 2, which is apply for a disaster loan. Loans are available for businesses and homes affected by the disaster. All right, so once you do the application, the 3rd step is basically checking your status. So you can log into your account and you can check your email for updates and so forth. All right, so since we already checked our disaster area and it stated that it was in a disaster declared area, now we can go ahead and click apply for assistance. All right, so you're gonna read the terms and conditions and you're gonna accept or decline. I'm just gonna go ahead and accept. Then it's your phone. Then they're gonna ask you, SBA wants you to log in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and log in here because my credentials are already in there. So they're gonna send me a one-time PIN. Now, if this is your first time, you're just gonna go ahead and you're gonna, set up your account and get started. Okay. So once you verify everything, they're gonna send you a verification code just to making sure that your phone number and everything is correct, and then they're gonna redirect you to the actual application here. So now that they direct me to the application, let's see here. They're going to ask you the type of loan selection. So is it businesses and nonprofit, or is it a homeowner and renters assistance? All right, so for businesses and nonprofit, loans for repair or replacement of disaster damaged business property and or contents and or economic injury, including owners of rental properties. Or you can apply for loans to homeowners and renters for repair or replacement of disaster damaged real estate and or personal property, including vehicles. Okay, so depending on which one you want to go ahead and apply for, we're going to hit business for businesses and nonprofits. All right, so first question, please select the type of organization that best describes your business. Are you a sole proprietor, corporation, partnership, limited liability company, etc.? All right, so I'm just going to click limited liability company, which is better known as the LLC. Are you applying for real property damage, business content, machinery, equipment, furniture, fixtures, and other business asset inventory, economic injury, or military? So we're going to go ahead and hit economic injury, which is the EIDL, and we're going to hit next. Then they're going to ask for us to verify whether we're in that declared region. Okay, so again, we're going to put Georgia, and then we're going to put the county as Cobb. And once you hit that, then it's going to bring up the declarations for disaster. They'll bring up the options there, and then you can click which one you're actually suffering from. So if it's severe flooding, if it's severe flood damage from Hurricane Ida, the disaster date is here, and then the filing deadline is here. So you actually have until August 5th to apply for the severe flooding. The disaster date was September 7th of 2021. So today is the 10th. We actually missed the deadline there, and this deadline actually is over as well. But as long as you are filing before the deadline in your particular area, you'll just select which disaster you're referring to, and then you're gonna click next. So here it says SBA will accept your application through the grace period for the disaster ending on August 20th, 2022. Any applications received after August 20th will require a brief narrative explaining the circumstances, if any, which prevented you from meeting the original filing date. SBA will evaluate this request, and we will accept your application only if the SBA determines the late filing resulted from substantial causes, essentially was beyond your control. So as long as you make it before the 20th of this month, you can go ahead and submit your application. So now they want to ask you to do a certification as to truthful information. So they want to certify that all the information that you enter into this application is true, and you're answering honest to the best of your ability. So as long as you can vouch for that, you're just going to hit certify and then hit next. Once you complete that, they're going to ask you to certify to comply with the legislation and the executive orders that they have set forth here. So as long as you read all of this and agree, you're just going to hit I have read the statement required by law and executive orders, and you're going to hit
Meanwhile, members of the household return
download,
to Washington this week to take up that
just so you can have that in your records. Make sure you download a copy of that and save it. And then you're going to hit save. Once you save that, you're going to see this screen comes up. The following sections are required for all loan applications. A green check mark indicates that a section has been completed. So once you have gotten to this part, you're just going to go ahead and complete each section. Alright, so the first section is the loan application. Okay, then you're going to do the request for transcripts of your tax return. So you're going to complete a 4506C form, which is going to give them authorization to pull your tax returns from the IRS. Once you sign that, then you're going to have to sign another one, giving consent for them to pull your business federal tax returns if they differ from your regular 1040 tax return. Then you're also going to complete the truthful information certification section, and then finally you're going to submit the application. Okay, we're not going to go through each of the steps, but we are going to go through this first step so you can actually just take a look and see what questions they're actually asking you on the actual loan application. Alright, so we'll go through here as far as we can get without having to put in too much information on this video. So starting out, they just ask you, what are you applying for? Are you applying for the physical damage, business content, real property, or are you just applying for the economic injury? So depending on what you're applying for, you're going to click that. Alright, you're going to put the name of the essential employee and social security number here. Then on number 2, you're going to put what type of organization you hold. So whether it's a partnership, a limited liability company, or corporation, you just put it there. In step 3, they're going to ask the applicant's legal name, the tax identification number, the trade name, and the business phone number.